I realized this should have happened last month, but I'm finally deconstructing the planner I used for the second half of 2024. This is the Rosie E5 6-ring Apple Vegan Leather Planner. I've used this planner for about 6 months, so it most definitely deserves a review and a flip through of my personal planning journey. So the look I was going for in the front of my planner was chic vision board. I love the black and white collage partnered with a mostly solid black deco card, both from cloth and paper. And then here, I think these are also all from cloth and paper. I love this combination. This is just so nice. You get a pop of red here. The magnetic clip is also from cloth and paper. I believe this is in the color taupe. The next page is an opaque year at a glance from cloth and paper. I'm obsessed that you can see my 2024 vision board. This just turned out so pretty. And now that I'm reflecting on last year, I genuinely feel like I am living this life. As you can see, I dedicated one side to fitness and health. That was my main focus in 2024. I remember when I lived in LA, I found a yoga studio and I just loved that yoga studio. And it wasn't just the classes. Of course, the classes were 10 out of 10. I got a good workout out of them, but the instructors were even better. They were very kind people. The intention with the photos here on this side, it was about finding a studio that replicated that community that I found in LA. That same feeling and motivation I had with the LA yoga studio. And you know what? I am happy to say that I found that this year. I was just thinking about canceling my membership. But now that I'm reflecting on last year and I'm looking at my vision board, I'm like, wait, this is exactly what I wanted. I'm going to stick to the workout studio I am currently at for a good chunk of 2025 because I'm living this life that I envisioned for myself. I don't want to get rid of it just yet. The other side is about family and friendship. It's about spending time with people, hosting, traveling, and just making memories with people we care for. When I talk to people who don't have kids, there's this worry that your life isn't going to look the same. And it shouldn't. Your life is not going to look the way it looked before. Before kids, specifically me, I was always traveling, not necessarily exotic places, but I was always planning a girls' trip, a trip for a friend's birthday, couples trips with my husband, with my family, with my husband's family. In addition to that, my husband and I love to go to music festivals and shows. And then when we had our son, that all stopped. There was a part of me that wondered if it would even be that way again. And then now that it's been 2 years into parenthood and reflecting, especially on my vision board, I still can't believe everything we did in 2024. We started the year with a joint bachelor and bachelorette trip to New Orleans. We threw a party at our home. We call it Baby Cella. It's really for all the friends who used to go to Coachella, but we all now have kids. We went to EDC this year. We took road trips to California in between. We went to visit my in-laws a couple of times, and then we took a girls' trip to Disneyland, a couples trip to Belize. Yeah, of course, this isn't even half of what we did before kids, but it's pretty damn close. Next, I have my perpetual calendar. I love this format. You get the date, the day, and all this space to fill in your future plans. This format made it very easy to flip to when someone asked me, oh, let's plan a trip next month, or what weekend are you free in April? I look at this section and I can clearly see what I have going on. It's wonderful. I was hoping to use this insert in 2025, but sadly, it did not come in an A6. If I ever switch back to an A5, I'm definitely getting these again. After that, I have my quarterly inserts. This insert was working for me in 2023, which is why I got them in 2024. I was using this to set monthly/quarterly goals. I don't know what happened, like why they worked for me before and then why I stopped using these literally at the start of 2024. I used it for a month and that was it. I never touched it again. You know, obviously I'm a planner. I love writing and planning things. However, you know, it can feel repetitive in some areas. And I think that's what was happening with this insert. As I said, these inserts are for my monthly and quarterly goals. But look at this. This page. This is a detailed monthly overview insert of my goals, important dates, and a monthly to-do list. If I'm writing it down here, I don't know if I want to write it again here. That is why these did not work for me. Oh my gosh, these dividers. Gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. I love these dividers. I'm so obsessed with these. I'm so obsessed, I ordered them again in an A6. This is like a grayish taupe color. It's just the perfect neutral color to kind of mix things up in your planner. I think all of us are very used to seeing like the frosted, slightly opaque white dividers, and these just honestly do it for me. This was a fun addition to this planner setup. Now, I can't remember if I did this at the start of the year. I think I did, but I started printing a Polaroid, a memorable photo from this month. So this was from July, and taping it here since the cover pages were blank. I don't know if my 2025 planner will have blank cover pages, but if so, I think I will do this again. It's just a really fun way to personalize your planner without doing too much. The rest of this section is pretty standard for a planner. We have a monthly calendar, the monthly overview section that I showed you earlier, and then your weekly overview. And damn, I'm going to miss this weekly format. The space on this page is utilized in the best way. Like, you get time blocking slots for Monday through Friday, a lined section for Saturday and Sunday, a priority section, which I didn't always use, but it was nice having. You get 2 to-do lists. This was clutch. I almost always need a place to list out the groceries I need to buy, a habit tracker, and even a place to write down what you need to do next week. I'm going to miss this so much. I'm pretty sure Rosie does not sell inserts in a size A6. I just loved these inserts so much. There's just such a big part of me that wants to use these again, but then I also kind of want to switch things up. I like to try different things for you all and show you what works and what doesn't work. This was the first and last time I used time blocking stickers. I was trying to make those time blocking stickers work, the cloth and paper ones, but it just doesn't work. I don't like it. Okay, so this is August. These are the cloth and paper drop stickers. I believe this is in the color Verona. I really like that. It's like a grayish, but then there's like a purple undertone. Really pretty color. I used the same stickers in my weekly setup. Oh, I also used a page flag. This looks pretty dang close to the Verona drop stickers. September. These are the, God, what word? Oh, I think it was Bordeaux. I think that's what it was. This was a sample pack by Cloth and Paper, and I was really sad that this was a sample pack because they need new colors. Like, it's not even patterns. I don't really care for patterns. I care more for like just having more colors because that's just what I predominantly use in my planner. They're Cloth and Paper stickers. And then the washi tape. Look at that. They just go so well together. Yeah, such a fun combo. I'm just really, and I also used, these are, I'm trying to remember, they're the spotlight stickers, but they come in a pack of 3. All 3 sizes are different colors. Wow, I'm really happy with what I did here. Like this is pretty. After my son's birthday in September, the rest of the year was just poof, gone. Like where did it go? I kept things pretty simple in October. I used the cloth and paper avant-garde dot stickers. I realized when you use the avant-garde, you can't see the date. So I think I need to mix in some like spotlight stickers, some different shapes so that I can actually see the numbers on the ones that are covered, because it's like if I'm looking at this week here, I got to look all the way over here. 16, 17, 18, 19 to just even know what dates these are. Yeah, this was the start of my planner slump. I was going through the motions of setting it up each week because that's what I do every week. But yes, I was in a planner slump. Like, as you can see, like this first week is pretty full. Like, it looks like I was using my planner. I don't know how else to describe this feeling, but I just didn't want to use my planner. And sadly, that same feeling stuck with me for the rest of 2024. Let's see. This is what the monthly overview looks like. This is the cloth and paper Merlot arrow stickers. I like the arrow stickers for a weekly setup, but I'm not too keen on using it in the monthly overview. Okay, I was out of town, so that's why that's blank. It's funny because it just doesn't look that way, but I know that at the start of every day, I was not referencing my planner. At the end of the day, I wasn't setting up for the next day. So I know inside that I was in a planner slump. December was a little bit better because I was forcing myself to take 5 minutes before bed and plan out what I wanted my day to look like. You know, what task should I complete and so forth. It did work in terms of using my planner as a tool to help, keep my life organized. Sorry, this here are the cloth and paper project inserts I was using to help plan for my vlogs in December. I just put it there so that it was close to this section. So yes, December looks a little bit better. It worked. Like taking time to plan out your day, just 5 minutes before bed, and then even at the start of your day, just glancing at your planner to see what you have planned. It worked. It really did work. I was going pretty strong. And then of course, the holidays. It was just the last couple of days. Yeah. Right when right after Christmas. Actually, yeah, this last week, this last week of December was not, it's okay. It's the holidays. No one should be using a planner. This next section was my content ideas section. This is where I jotted down my ideas. As I said earlier, these are the cloth and paper project inserts. And then I also used the Rosie month-on-one page inserts for the actual planning of the content. So this section here was just jotting down ideas. And then this was, okay, when am I going to post that video? I like this system that I had going on. I would definitely use this again. I think I ordered I don't think it was from Rosie, but I did order some month-on-one page inserts for this particular section. I'm trying so hard to make a book tracker happen in my Ring system. It's not happening. I think because I use apps to track my reading, having a physical book tracker is not practical. Unless I had like a book journal, which I have attempted before, but it's just a lot of work. This book tracker was quite simple. I think the reason this didn't work was because I set this up like, I'm trying to think, middle of the year. That means I wrote down all the books that I read this year. And then I needed to write a review for each one right next to it. The idea of going back and looking at my reviews and writing them out, or maybe the ones that I didn't write a review, now I have to write a review. I'm just like, oh, I don't know if I really want to do that. So sadly, this did not work. But honestly, if I just started this at the start of the year, then I feel like it would have worked. Lastly are a couple of deco cards here from Cloth and Paper. All of these shiny ones are also from Cloth and Paper. And that's it. I really enjoyed using the Rosie Apple Vegan Leather Planner. I'm sure I've said this before, but I was not impressed with this planner when I first received it because it's so light. I just kind of chucked it up for it being like a cheap planner because I'm so used to using a real leather planner. But it surprised me the moment I put my inserts in. Happy, so happy. It makes such a big difference when you put inserts into a planner. It's kind of like when you're shopping for clothes and you see it on the hanger or the model or the mannequin and you love it, but then you put it on and you're like, wait, it doesn't look good. It's the opposite of that. Like, I didn't love this initially, but then the moment I put the inserts in, I was like, oh, wow, this feels good. I think one of the biggest complaints or like questions that I get asked about the most is the planner heavy? And I have to say, when it is a leather planner, and then you're adding the rings, right? Depending on the size of the rings, plus the inserts. Yes, a real leather planner is so heavy, which is why I personally downsized to an A6 for 2025. So this planner is a great alternative if you'd like a portable one. The price point for this Apple Vegan Leather Planner is reasonable. I would use this again. I would even give this as a gift. Like, that's how great of a product this planner is. Alrighty, I think it's time to say bye to my A5. I was talking to my mom, I think it was sometime last month, and she was telling me, just how bored she's been lately. And I was like, well, you know what you need? You need a new hobby, or you need to get back into something that you used to do. I suggested like sewing or maybe learning how to knit because, gosh, I remember as a kid, my mom used to breathe life into these beautiful quilts. Anytime I needed something taken in, if pants were too long, she would hem them for me. She would even go as far as fixing a hole in a sock. When I suggested that, she was like, nah, I kind of already did that. I was like, okay, you are the one talking about how bored you are. That conversation ignited a spark in me because I thought, you know what? I think I want to start a new hobby. I want to pick up a new hobby where I make something and I can give it to someone as a gift versus buying something. So that's the goal this year, is to pick up a new hobby where I'm making something. I think embroidery might be the one. Embroidery feels like the perfect intersection of calm and creativity, threading quiet moments into something tangible, something uniquely mine. It's the same reason I take time to read. It's for me. It's something I do for me every day. When you become a mom, your life is dedicated to taking care of your family. So those moments when I pick up a book, it's extra special. This year, my goal is to read 30 books. That was the same goal I had for 2024, but then I fell into a deep reading slump between March, I think it was sometime in March, to sometime in the summer. I just was not reading as much as I would have liked to. I quickly changed my goal to 25 books. I just knew there was no way I was going to hit 30. But then I ended up reading 27. Realistically, I don't know why I set a goal so high, especially because the year prior, so 2023, I read 20 books. Like, that was all I could do with having a newborn. That's how come the goals that I am setting this year, they're things that I'm already doing. Like, I'm not going to set a goal like I'm going to run a marathon when I don't even run to begin with. As I said, I'm just going to keep doing the things that I was already doing and recommit myself to those. 2025 is calling me to read 30 books. That is 3 more books than I read last year. 30 stories to get lost in, to learn from, and hopefully to fall in love with. And speaking of making things mine, working out is no longer an option. This year, I am turning it into a lifestyle. It's here, it's happening, and not because I want to, but I have to. It's black and white. Like, there's no gray areas. And I saw last year the stark difference between when I was working out and when I wasn't working out. And working out helped my overall health, my mental health. I felt like I was in a better headspace. And that's all the more reason I need to turn this into a lifestyle. When I move, I feel capable, I feel strong, clear-headed, and that's the kind of energy I want to bring into 2025. And while I'm sitting here setting goals, let's talk about vlogs. I thoroughly enjoyed coming out with vlogs last month. Like, I'm looking back and I'm just thinking to myself, wow, I can't believe I did that, especially under those circumstances. Like, last month was just pure chaos. Like, there was just so many things going on. I can't believe I had time to come out with 6 vlogs over, what was it, 2.5 to 3 weeks. So crazy, but that made me realize that I can commit to more than one video a week. What stops me from coming out with more videos a week is I'm a perfectionist. Even with the videos that I posted last month, like my vlogs are called cozy vlogs, cozy diaries. And I'm thinking like, wait, were they cozy enough? That's like the perfectionist in me just being extra hard on myself. I know I am definitely the one who gets in my own way. Ideally, I would like to come out with 2 vlogs a week. My plan B is 6 vlogs total in 1 month. So there may be more vlogs for me in 2025. Although it's great to start new goals for 2025, it's also really important to look back on last year and recognize, okay, what were the things that I learned? And that's kind of the mindset that I'm in. I learned so much last year, and I need to bring those things with me into the new year. One of which is my routine. I love my routine. Like my routine, I feel, is more important now than ever. Even before I was a mother, I just loved having a morning routine and evening routine. Like I just thrived under those conditions. And I also see my son, who's 2, also thrives. And I think it's really easy when you have a routine. Don't just get stuck going through the motions of having a routine. It's just important to remind myself when I'm in the routine to be present, to be in the moment, to pay attention to the little things, the details. On that note, the year prior, so 2023, I did struggle with our routine. Like I had a routine in place, but I struggled with the fact that anytime things felt out of my control, like I just was a ball of mush. Like I just didn't even know what to do with myself. So I made my word for 2024 harmony. I kept reminding myself this word, harmony. Find harmony in even the most challenging situations. And I'm happy to say it worked. It really did work. I'm an advocate for vision boards and having a word for the year versus resolutions. Like, I just think the vision board and the word for your year is just so much more impactful. So having my word as harmony last year, it worked. It honestly worked. Obviously, it took a while because I found myself in these situations and I would constantly have to remind myself to just, it's fine. It's out of my control. We're not sticking to the routine today, but it's okay. Number 3, staying true to myself, which is so damn cheesy. Like, oh, it like makes me cringe so much. But like, it really is one of those lessons, really important lessons that I learned last year is like, I just need to stay true to who I am in every situation. Like when I look at my 18-year-old self and I look at who I am now, I see so much growth. It sucked like being in those moments last year, but now reflecting, just be yourself and the right people will come along. I am really excited to share that my planner from Mulberry finally arrived.